And here we go again. Wanted to talk really quickly about the flash robberies, flash mob robberies that are taking place since Black Friday, taking place across the country, predominantly in California, Minnesota, Illinois. That's where the brunt of it has been, especially California, where groups of people, obviously, are rushing into a store, taking everything they can, and rushing back out into waiting vehicles, whatever, and taking off. And this is a threat. This is a big threat to anybody who might be in that area. People have been getting hurt. In California, a security guard was killed trying to protect some people from one of these mobs in a Home Depot, of all places. And it's like, what are they doing in Home Depot?
Yeah, what are you going to take?
Well, what they were taking was sledgehammers, axes, crowbars, stuff that can be used in other flash robberies. Because the problem is, they shut the doors, they pull the gates down if they get a chance to, and the sledgehammers come out and they start smashing their way into the stores. Law enforcement can't get there in time, and they clean the place out. And this has been building up because it's been allowed. These riots and unrest, civil unrest, and mass robberies of stores has been going on, but now it's happening in larger frequency, especially around Black Friday. There was a lot of confusion, a lot of people are out shopping, so you got mobs of people anyways, but this is organized crime. You have to think about that aspect of it. It's part of the reason why all the Walgreens have been closing down in California. It's organized. Even if it's not like, straight up mafia style organized crime, it's still being put together. Somebody's planning this. A group of people aren't just standing around on a street corner and saying, hey, let's go rip off CVS. That's not what's happening. Pharmacies are getting hit. Apple stores, which the Apple stores I don't understand, because you do realize that stuff is coded, right?
Apple Store's been getting hit for years.
Yeah, they've been getting hit for years, but you can never use the stuff.
No.
I don't know why people don't realize this. Because I know they say, oh, you can hack the phones. It's not that easy. You don't just hack an Apple phone and then bring it to Apple and turn it on. But a lot of these places are getting vandalized, they're getting hit. It's going to drive prices up because store security, loss prevention, repairing damages to the stores and to the displays, and replacing windows, replacing doors. That expense has to come out of somewhere. There's only so much insurance will cover. The insurance continues to go up. Certain places, they won't even insure anymore, or it's a very high coverage. That cost is getting passed on to you and me. All right, we're paying for it. But these people, they've been allowed to get away with it for too long. Much too long, and it's getting more frequent. It's getting to be a more common problem. And it's something that people in the prepping community need to be aware of. They need to be leery of that. You need to watch out when you go shopping in these places that you don't get caught up in something like that. Don't get involved. You shouldn't be part of something like that. But if it's going on, there's probably nothing you can do about it except just get out of there. Protect your own and get away. You're not going to stop it. There's too many people to deal with. If you've ever seen a riot in progress, it's not a pretty sight, and you will be the standalone person. Even law enforcement isn't going to differentiate between you and them. So if you're out there and riot patrol shows up, you're going to get thumped like everybody else. It's not a pretty picture, but it's a picture that's becoming more prevalent in the American landscape, unfortunately.
You know what I find weird and
What's
strange?
that?
We all know Kamala Harris is a prostitute.
Oh, here we go.
No, but think about this, because I don't know how many people think about this. Listen
Okay,
now.
I'm
Listen
listening.
clear. Because she a prostitute. Everybody knows what a prostitute is. It's a man or woman that have sex for money.
Yeah, okay.
You know, you have sex basically with anybody, total strangers. You know,
Okay.
some people got a limit. They say, okay, I won't have sex with blacks, with Asians. I won't have anal sex. I won't have same-sex sex. I won't have sex with animals. But they have sex with strangers
Okay.
for money. And I'm not making this up. She's a known prostitute. There's pictures of her with senators and other celebrities.
Montel Williams.
Right.
That's right.
And
I remember
some prostitutes have unprotected sex. Some have protected sex, and I think you got to pay for. There's a difference in pay. Okay, so we got that wrapped up, right? You understand that, right? She's a prostitute. So why is she kissing her husband with a mask on? Her husband, the man she chose to marry. For whatever reason, she said, oh, you know, you might can boost my career and help me, you know, springboard me forward in politics, or put some money in my hand, or give me a nice, safe, secure place to stay. That's your husband. You have sex with strangers, but you kiss your husband with a mask on. Do you see that?
That's
you see
called
what I'm saying?
political theater. That's called theater.
I just find that strange.
What does that have to do with flash mob robberies?
I thought of it, and I just wanted to ask the question: does that sound strange to anybody? When people see that on TV, do they wonder why this woman kissing her husband with a mask
They
on?
were both wearing a mask.
Both of them got
I
on
know.
a mask in public.
It's political theater. It's like, see, I wear my mask all the time. That's
I
what
even
that is.
kiss my husband
Kind
with
of
the
like
mask
how
on.
when they get their shot and people film it, and you know that thing's full of sugar water. It's a straight up placebo. They're getting a shot of saline or something. But anyways, back to the point.
Oh,
The initial point. These flash mob robberies. They're trying not to talk about it, but it's coming to a city near you. Please be careful out there, guys.
Yeah.
You know, because you could be in a store and it could happen. Get the hell out of there. Just get the hell out of there. Don't try to stop it. Don't try to get involved. I know that as a community, people should come together. No one's going to come together with you, okay? Keep in mind that people have been getting hurt. Security and store personnel have been getting hurt by these groups. They've been getting beat up. They've been getting injured. That one security guard at Home Depot got killed trying to protect people.
and I bet you he didn't have a gun. In Walgreens here, the security guard got a gun.
They
And
might be, because
that
it's private security contractors. Yeah, that guy was armed to the teeth.
man, that
and
guy
wearing
had
body
so
armor.
many magazines and body armor at a Walgreens.
Yeah, that's what it's come to. Unfortunately, you can't even get law enforcement in there anymore. They want private security contractors, and that's something to think about. You know, that's some third world country stuff. When you see guys standing around with AK-47s in the supermarket, you got
Yeah.
a problem. And we're getting to that point because even the retailers do not feel safe, and they can't afford these insurance premiums anymore. And when those, you know, that stuff goes up, supply and demand goes up. We're in that position now with all of the problems with the shipping nightmare that we're in. The insurance increases, the risk of theft is going up, and it raises prices for everybody. And that's just going to encourage people that are willing to do that even further. To go out and steal, or as BLM says, get your reparations. Get your
Yeah.
reparations by stealing sneakers.
Yeah,
or
how's that
spray
reparation?
paint, or, you know,
They're not even old
television sets.
anything.
no, I hate to break it, you know, again, a different topic of discussion. Very few people alive today are actual legitimate descendants of people in slavery.
Well, the slaves got their reparations. They got their 40 acres and a mule. Where my parents live in South Carolina, that land they live on was given to them by the slave masters when they got released, and they still live there.
Yeah, this
and
is
you
the-
can't sell it.
It can't be sold. It's called heirs land or heirs property.
Heirs property.
And speaking from experience, person behind the camera is a legitimate descendant.
Yeah.
So that actually can trace her roots. It's not like she just assumes it because she's brown skinned. She knows.
Yeah, my parents live there today,
Yeah.
and everybody in the area they live in live on what's called heirs property, and each family was given a plot of land, and then they had to divide it up amongst themselves.
Yeah.
And they live there today. And the only thing I guess you can say might be a downfall, you cannot sell it.
Yeah.
So because of
It
that,
has to be traded within the family.
yeah, and you don't sell it to another family member. You just claim it and you
Yeah.
call dibs on it.
If an acre or more, because it's a minimum acre,
Yeah.
acre or more becomes available, you say, I want that, and you go and you build on it.
Yeah,
or
you
do
put
whatever.
a structure on it to hold
Yeah.
it until you
And a lot
build
of
or
people
pull a trailer.
don't realize this happened.
Yeah, it happened, and I'm telling you, everybody in that neighborhood, and it's a small neighborhood, but it's a couple of hundred people.
Yeah, and there are other plots.
Yeah.
This is just her family unit she's talking about.
But everybody got that plot.
And the tax is almost non-existent.
Oh yeah, you know South Carolina
Yeah.
tax you for nothing.
The tax is almost non-existent.
Yeah, but you can't call an outside company in to like build a grocery store or a gas station. You can't do that. You can't even rent the land. I mean, you can rent it as long as nobody say anything. And you getting to the point now where all of the old people are dead. So if I was to rent something, nobody would really care anymore because everybody that cared is dead. So, but it's there. So people are saying we never got, and it's like yes,
Yes,
they did.
The right people did. Some, not every, well, evidently, probably not everybody in the South, but some.
Yeah, a
You know.
good chunk.
And again, not everybody who is of color is necessarily descended from a slave, period. And going around with this attitude, no matter what color you are, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, whatever, that everybody owes you something and you're just going to take it, it just creates more problems for everybody else. It's a very
Yeah.
selfish attitude, and it's destructive, and it's being fed. It's a fire that's being fed and fueled by politicians, media, activists,
Celebrities.
to create a bigger problem, to create an even bigger problem. It's led us to where we are, and it's going to get worse. So be careful out there, guys. Seriously. And anything else? Guys, if you have any thoughts about it, feel free to post your thoughts in the comment section down below. I know the conversation strayed a little bit, but you know, anything that you want to touch
David
on.
always dribble off.
Yeah, okay. I didn't bring up Kamala Harris.
Oh.
Anything you want
Food
to
for
comment
thought.
on, feel free to post your thoughts in the comment section down below. Please do give the video a thumbs up if you got something out of it. Share it if you can. Probably the only way it'll get seen. Subscribe if you're new, all that good stuff. Check out some of the other videos if you have not, if you wanted to help the channel out. There are links for that down below. Every little bit helps, and I sure do appreciate it. And all that being said, what more can I say but stay frosty, folks. And thanks for watching.
Let's go, Brandon.